Max. Hey, Max. How are you doing? You happy? Oh, yeah, Max. Look at you. Okay, I'm going to put this into the thingy. Thingy is a technical term, of course. Yes, we're here. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Tango. Hi, Linda. Chris. Who else coming? Oh, my goodness. Sue's here. I've probably missed a few people. I know, Max. Connie's not going to be here today, unfortunately, but she'll catch us on the replay. Supper, Max? That's right, Max. You want supper, Max? I'll wash my hands so I can go into the kitchen and get you supper. Are you hungry? Do you want supper? Supper? You want snackies? Are you hungry? Got all sorts of tasty snackies for you. Should I go get them? Okay, you wait. I'll go get snacks. You tell the flock what you want to eat. Oh my goodness. Doing a snack plate for you, buddy. Chico, I haven't forgotten you. He's cut up a few bites for you, Max. Chico. There you go, honey. My goodness. Goodness gracious. So, Max, are you being patient? Do we have a snack plate for you? So, Max, got all sorts of goodies here. We have we have a plate of snacks. We have eggies, orange, cauliflower, some carrots, and some apples. You think you'd like, okay. You want to start with that, okay. Is that good? Is that good, honey? You look like you just might be hungry. Huh? You want another bite? Did you just take two? I saw that you took 2 bites. We have a plate. What do you want? No question. You want the eggies. You sure about those eggies, huh, Max? You're sure? You just threw a carrot on the floor, buddy. So we got apple, we got cauliflower, we've got all sorts of good stuff. Straight for the eggies. I mean, Max definitely knows what he likes. No more eggies, sorry. You sure, huh? Okay, I'll put that down for a minute. Want me to go double check if there's any more eggies? I can go look. You want me to go look? Okay. I'll go look. I don't know, Max. Do you think there are? Oh, Max. Some good news. There's another bite of eggie. I found you one more bite of eggie. What a lucky bird. The last bit of eggie. Is it possible that you're going to starve? Can't tell me you're hungry because you have apple, carrot, cauliflower, orange. Yeah, we ran out of nanners. We have to go shopping for those. You ate all the eggies. Well, I'm not going to just stand and hold it for you. I'm going to put it down. Was that good? Hey, that looked good. Looked very good. Okay, Max. So what do you want to do right now, Max? Do you want to play with some games? So we got a new toy this week. Do we want to tell everybody about your new toy? Well, we could do that. Let's just pull over here for a minute. Oh, we got 16 joining us. We have Anne-Marie, Linda. Oh, Ase Vu is here. Yeah. So we got a special package in the mail, didn't we, Max? And Max, help me open it. I'm going to show everybody the goodies that we got. Put that there. Oh, there we go. Here you go, Max. So we're going to start off with the card. So this came to you all the way from the United Kingdom. And there's a card, a really pretty card that came. And it says, please find enclosed a little present for Max and a few little things for yourself. All healthy, you'll notice. Also, some different form of pasta, which I think you'll all enjoy. And we have best wishes to you, Bok Bok to Max, and hi to Tico, and thoughts for TCal as well. Yeah, it says lots of wonderful things in here. And this is from Auntie AV. Auntie AV also sent us a lovely coaster from Wales. And this is actually perfect because the coaster I've been using on my desk was a ceramic coaster, and it got caught on the bottom of my cup the other day and got a really nasty chip in it. And I was thinking, I should really do something before I cut myself on that. So that's just perfect. Now, that wasn't all that was in there, right, Max? Was there other goodies? What goodies should we show first? Should we show... Oh, but we show the foodstuffs first. So, we got some black bean organic pasta. And this is really, really interesting. I don't think you can serve it raw. Sorry, buddy. But it says that it is organic black soybeans 100%. And cook well, make sure it's hot, do not reheat. But Max, I think, is looking forward to trying that. And it definitely looks really, really interesting. Don't you think, Max? And we also got, down for a moment, a whole bunch, this is not for you, Max, of chocolate. And these are all lovely, lovely things from the UK. We have some Rebels, we have some caramel nibbles, Maltesers, Jaffa cakes, more tasty buttons, Cadbury Dairy Milk. Oh my goodness. I mean, just look at that. And oh my goodness, what else is down here? Hot cross bun, Cadbury. There's a couple more chocolate bars in here too. So, just an entire bunch of tasty treats. Now, you can't have these, Max, but thank you so much, Auntie AV. I love chocolate. I know, but there's more for you, Max. That's right. Yeah. Rah, rah, rah. So the other thing that we got, the box from it was here. It is Tommy Jimmy's Hide and Squeak eggs. Now, I can't think of anything more appropriate for the Cluckatoo than eggs. Can you, Max? We did open this earlier in the week. So Max has already played with it, and there's going to be an opening video I'll post this week. But it comes in this lovely little egg carton. Can you help open it? Yeah, that's the latch. That's right. These are so much fun. just right here. Can I help with the latch a little bit? That's right, get your tongue right in there. Oh. You open it? You want me to open it? Okay, and there we go. A whole bunch of eggs with really, really cute expressions on their faces. What do you think about these, Max? Do you remember how to play with these? What did you do this week? Uh-oh, you're looking like you're a little overwhelmed, honey. How about we pick up one? How about we pick up a sleeping egg? With the sleeping egg, what do we do? It squeaks. That's right. We're not going to throw these ones though. You're going to play with those on the chair. No, we're not going to throw that one. How about we play with this one? Can we show how we twiddle? Twiddle, twiddle. That's so much fun to tongue. That's right. Now, Max spent about an hour when we first opened these just playing with the eggs, and I got it. The tops of the eggs are really nice plastic too. They're a fairly heavy plastic, and they're a really nice texture to beak. They're not easy to bite through, but they're very easy to catch and to drop on the floor apparently. And then we've got one that is angry. You want the angry Iggy? Does he squeak too? And there he's got a little facial expression. I mean, those are the cutest thing ever. We're not going to throw these right now in here because they make too much of a boom. But we are going to play with the top of the eggies. Get the other top. Here we go. You want to play with the tops? Oh, so much fun. These are actually the perfect weight. When he tosses them, they're super easy to catch. These are a lot of fun. Let's see. There's another one. Oh, isn't that just adorable? You think he just had dinner. Oh, there's an orange one. I didn't match that, did I? Oh, how about we stack them? Can we stack them for you? We stack them this way. They work well stacked, don't they? fun. Top on a couple of eggs. There's one on the floor right now. We'll have to get that one later. You pull the top off the egg. Gonna pull? Or you want me to hold the eggie for you? Aren't those just adorable? That. Oh, we don't want you to throw it. We can tongue. We don't want you, Max, I don't want you to throw it right now. I know, but we're not going to throw it. We're going to play with those on the floor or on the chair. Or we don't have, whoops, breakable things. Woo! And there they are. Oh, Max, where are all the eggies? They're all over. All on the ground. You got really excited there. I think we got a whole bunch of cracked eggies. But I mean, aren't those just adorable? Total time. They're not quite the right texture for Max to catch, but they're definitely fun to play with. Right, Max? Oh. What do you say? Are those fun? Can you say super thank you to Auntie AV? Yeah, such fun. Oh, crack babies. Oh no. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just so much fun. Max spent, as I said, about an hour playing with them when we opened them. Oh, super adorable. And Max was definitely having fun with them. Oh, thanks, Doris. Doris, it reminds everybody to hit the like button. Always appreciate that. Oh. So yeah, thank you again. I mean, just super, super thoughtful and such a surprise to get in the mail. This box full of tasty treats and toys. And I think that toy is going to get a lot of play, isn't it, Max? Yeah. And the bottom of the eggies themselves, we're going to play on a flat surface because in here we've got a few breakable items and they're just heavy enough to break things. So we're going to play with those on the living room chair or the couch or the floor, right, Max? I know, that sounds like such a good idea. Yes. Now, Max, do you want any more snacks? Are you still hungry? Nope, not hungry. Would you like a bagel? I want everybody just to take a quick look at Max's beak. You notice the bottom beak? He had a beak tooth happening there last week. And he trimmed that one down by himself, just chewing on wooden toys. I told him that it looked like we would have to go to the VET to see Dr. Dremel, and he said, forget that, I'm going to chew. And true to form, he chewed his beak right back down, so it's just perfect. And he tends to do that. He'll look at things and he'll wait. He won't chew it down right away. He'll let it grow a little bit, and then he'll just spend a day doing nothing but chewing, just working on that beak and grinding it back down. I told him it would be easier if he did it all the time, but you know, this is Max. It's hard for me to catch when you throw them over there, bud. Play with the eggies? Ooh, that wasn't fair. Whoops. And one down. That was fun. Very good. Right on the floor. Right on the floor. You're looking pretty chill right now, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So, one thing you do have to do with birds sometimes is they don't necessarily always keep their toes in the best of shape, their claws. And what I use to clip the claws is just a dog or cat clipper. So, I mean, there we go. And I'm just going to see if Max will let me clip a little bit. This toe does not need clipping. This is the one that does not have a nail. But when you're clipping a bird's toenails, there's a couple of things to be aware of. If you haven't done it before, it's a good idea to get somebody to actually show you in person. But similar to a dog or a cat, the toenail itself has a blood vessel in it called the quick. And where there's a blood vessel, there's also a nerve. So if I cut too far up the toenail, Max will be bleeding, he'll be screaming, and he'll probably help me bleed as well. So all I do when I cut is I just do the tiniest nibble off the ends. Now don't worry, I mean, I can clip toenails for 2 weeks, you know, every day, just do a little nibble. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here, I'm just going to position the clippers just so I just get the very, very edge. I'm just going to grind a little bit off and just a little bit more. I'm holding on to the nail, so I've got control. Yeah, oh, that one's pretty. Sometimes I set the nail, I don't know if you can see that, just on my finger. And then I clip to that, so I'm clipping against my finger. You get a really nice angle on that. Yes, I'm gonna get this one too. This one's really long, honey. I know you don't always like me clipping your toesies, but I really, and I mean, if you get into a bad position, don't clip. Only clip if it's okay. And you don't have to do all of the nails at once. It's okay if you just do one toe. Yeah, Max. It's okay to just do one toe. Yeah, I'm going to come in here at this angle. A little nibble. And just a little nibble. And if they're a little bit sharp afterwards, I'll just use a nail file. Yes, a human grade nail file. Just to trim them off. But I mean, he'll trim them off himself pretty quick too. You got this little one? This little piggy cried wee 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 all the way home. Let's see if, well, there we go. Yeah, just that little angle there. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not too worried here about what angle I'm getting in on. Just whatever works for Max. Those ones there look pretty good. This one here is getting a little bit long. Yeah. Now, Max has always liked his nails a little on the long side. He uses them to hang on his cage. And I'm not too worried if they get a little long, honestly. I'm here. I can trim them if they need a little bit of a trim. Oops, that's a little bit too much nail. I just want the little nibble at the end. Good bird. Now, one tip on trimming nails. Don't trim them just before you're about to go for a long walk with somebody sitting on your arm. You will end up bleeding, yeah, because they are kind of sharp when they're first trimmed. But we just took a little nibble off of all of the nails. Now we're getting a little bit of a reward for it. Notice that Max is pretty calm about the whole thing. I mean, I didn't make a big fuss about it. I didn't fight with him. I just reached in and I nibbled at a couple of the nails just gently. Didn't hurt him at all. He was fine with it. And he is kind of tired today, so I mean, I sort of picked when he was chill. I'm not about to pick when he's in an super excited mood to do it. But that's all that I do, and just cat or dog clippers, and I just nibble the very tiniest bit off. And I mean, maybe you think that you've got to take a whole bunch off that nail. Don't do it all at once. Take a little nibble off the end, you know, maybe 1/16 of an inch, just a little tiny bit, and come back later and just do a little tiny bit. That way you know you're not going up too high. You know, if something goes wrong, you can always let go of the nail clippers, you're fine. Now, since we're talking about clipping nails and whatnot, let's also talk about what would happen if you did clip a nail a little too short and you hit the quick. I know, well, Max would probably be very upset. Whoops! Woo-hoo! Did I pull a feather? Was that one not ready to go? I'm sorry. There we go. That's a lovely startled bird. Did not intend to do that. We just have a couple of new feathers that I'm just trying to tip. And sometimes the feather's not ready to go. They do this with another bird too. They just say, forget it. That one's not ready. Leave me alone. And, you know, he's pretty good about telling me. But, you know, if I clipped into the quick, I would get a reaction out of him. He would be telling me to forget it. And there would be no question about it that I'd made a mistake. And what would happen is, just like with a cat or a dog, that nail tip would probably bleed a little bit. One thing to remember with birds, blood does not clot like it does in humans. So even a small bleed on a bird can be a bit of an emergency. So what can you do? On something like a toenail, you can use septic powder. You can buy it first aid for birds. But what if you don't have that around? What else can you use? Cornstarch. Just pack some cornstarch in and hold it so it sort of forms a bit of a clot with the blood. And I mean, pay a bit of attention to the bird. Don't just leave them alone after you've done this, because you can easily knock it off. Flour's also a good option. I mean, we're not preparing them for dinner or anything, but flour or cornstarch are good options. I've heard of people using a bar of soap to just basically swing the claw through, just to get something to gather inside the claw to put a bit of pressure and keep things from bleeding. Yeah. We've actually been very fortunate. We've never had a bleeding claw, have we? We've always been good. And I've been doing the nibble clip for years. With Tico, very much the same thing, except you're never going to catch it on a camera. What I did, like, Max is pretty good about it now, but what I used to do is I'd walk up to him and he'd have his foot outside of his cage. And the cage would be between us, and I would just hold on to the toe and I'd come in and just do a little clip. Now, I'm not holding the toe super hard or anything. I'll hold the nail a little bit harder, just because I don't want somebody to, at the last minute, push the nail through the clipper just as I'm clipping. But I'm not fighting the bird. The bird's letting me hold the toe. I'm playing with the toes a little bit first. And I mean, Max just totally not bothered. But that's how I started clipping his toenails, was through the cage. And it's like, you know, he really hated going into his carrier. He hated going to the vet. It was highly traumatic for him. And how do you make it less traumatic? And he had one claw that was doing a bit of a circle around. And I said, okay, I can't just clip this thing in half. That's going to be a big problem. I'm just going to clip a little bit off the end, and I'm just going to nibble it and see if it works. And that's exactly what we did, right, Max? We nibbled the nail, and we got all the way up, and eventually we had it fairly good. So as I said, Max does like keeping his nails a little bit longer. And a couple of things to think about nail length. When is a nail too long? When is a beak too long? A nail is too long when it causes a problem. If a nail is curved, here we go, this is actually perfect. Let's use this as an example. His nails grow in a little bit of a curve. If it curves all around itself, it's really likely that he's going to get caught on something and unable to pull loose, and he's going to panic. Whereas if you've got a nail that is a half circle, let's use a feather for that example because we've got that one curved. When he's hanging on something, it gives enough that it's going to hold on, but it's not going to get caught by going all the way around. So it's sort of a little bit of a sweet point. Like this nail here is a little on the short side for Max, but it does look quite pretty. He can stand and his foot goes flat down. This one here is not bad either. This one here is getting a little long. You can see how it is beginning to curl around a little bit too far. And that's when it gets into the risk of getting hooked onto something. And if bird hooks onto something and gets her foot caught, they might panic. Could, you know, there's been stories of birds tearing off nails. You know, it is a medical emergency, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. Pretty traumatic for everybody. Max, when I met him, I don't know if you can see this, so let's come in a little closer since we're talking about nails. This foot here, this one, he's never had a nail. Like when I met him 17 years ago, there was no nail there. And it's just a little stub. I don't know if that happened when he was a baby. Sometimes parents don't quite understand how to parent baby birds and will chew at nails. This nail here is a little on the short side. It's one that he was chewing on himself. And sometimes he'll chew on his own nails. I mean, just like humans, and he'll sometimes just get them down. But I usually wait, you know, sort of see what he's going to do and then just gently go in and do a little bit of nibbling on the nails. And I'm going to come down here. And those are the little tiny bits that I took off of the nails. You can see, let's pick up a little bit there. On my finger, I don't know if I've got a good focus there or not, but you can see I just took off a really, really little tiny nibble compared to the size of the nail itself. And that's all it is really about it. But if you're not sure what you're doing, don't clip too much. You can always come back and clip a little bit more. But if you're just doing a little clip, don't do it all in one day, because what happens with quick, it will actually retract back into the nail. If the bird has longer nails, the quick's going to be a bit longer too. And when you trim that nail, the quick will actually retract in it a little bit. So don't get overly enthusiastic right away and just go gentle, just really, really gentle. Always professionals are a good option as well, but Max has always been really, really good once I figured out how to clip nails. And I mean, he'll just stand there and he'll let me do what I want with his nails. If he's not in the mood, he'll tell me. If he's not in the mood, that's fine. I can come back and do it again another day. I don't push him. I saw not that long ago an article about kids with autism and haircuts and how traumatic haircuts can be for some of these kids and the approaches that some of the hairdressers are taking. I mean, they don't worry about getting a perfect cut. They don't worry if they only get half the haircut. They don't worry if it's not perfect. When that kid says enough, you respect that. But the whole time when I was clipping, I was talking. Max heard my voice. He saw me. I was being calm. If I got agitated, he would get agitated. So it's really important to stay kind of calm on that too. Right, Max? Yeah, let's see, what else do we have here? Oh my goodness, I've missed all of these comments. So I'm going to catch up in comments here. Oh, Einstein and Martian Mouse have to duck out. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Bye, Einstein. We'll see you tomorrow, but we're going to hang out for a little while. So Tango says, we's maize, bees, birds, and not full grown, but we's had problems of we's own. Birds are people too. Wackadoo, wackadoo. Yeah, birds are people too. And I mean, I respect that. Anytime I'm doing something with Max, it's all about body autonomy. I mean, he just asked me to scratch him underneath the wing. He's pretty calm right now. If he starts getting sexually excited, I'm not going to be under there. I can give a little scritch on the head. As I've mentioned before, he likes the approach to the head to be via the back or the wing. And I mean, he just likes having some contact. And right now, I'm just going after some new feathers that are growing in. We've talked about the feathers as they grow in before. Let's see if I can show one on camera. Whoopsies. I can feel what I'm doing. There's a new feather, and you can see how it looks like it is in almost an aglet of a shoelace. That's the way that they come in, and I'm just sort of gently just pinching and rolling. I'm not pulling, but I just got a little bit of that feather shaft off, and that feather's going to unroll on its own. Right, Max? Oh, there we go. We've got a whole bunch of new feathers coming in here. I'm going to pay attention to Max. I apologize if I'm not paying attention to the camera. And there we go, some more bits of feather. But yeah, lots of new feathers coming in, right, Max? Oh, yeah. Whoopsies. That one wasn't ready. And sometimes the feathers are not ready. I mean, never pull on them. Just squeeze between two and just roll gently and just help break it up. That's what another bird would do with their beak. And your fingers in this case are another bird's beak. You know, you're just giving a little bit of a preen. Like there's a little tiny, tiny guy. And I mean, even though he's tiny, he still matters. So there we go. Just broke that up a little bit. Oh, and there's an ear. There's another new feather right. I'm sorry. Yeah, leave that one alone. Leave it alone. Yeah. So that's sort of preening and feathers. Oh my goodness, I got a super chat. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Tango gave us $5. Max, use this for Uber to escape. Hers put flour on use. Run, friend. Yeah, we haven't had to use flour, but it's an option. Oh my goodness, Sue. Sue says, thank you, Nicole, for creating such an awesome Flockers family and being for a wonderful mom for the birdie boys. Oh my goodness, Sue. I'm feeling so spoiled right now. Oh, wow. Wow. Aw, that's super. That's super. Really appreciate that. Remind everybody, we do appreciate the super chats, but you can also support us just with your likes, with your comments, sharing a video with a friend, just being part of the flock. That's what we care about, just that you're here. Oh, an update on Coco. Since Max is feeling pretty chill, why don't we chat for a little bit? Coco is a little goffin who had a little bit of a problem. She was chewing on some wood, and she got a little tiny piece of wood, maybe quarter inch, a couple centimeters, maybe half an inch, a couple of centimeters long, caught in her crop. And the crop is basically right in here. Actually, there we go. Let's pull some feathers back. You can see there that Max has got a bit of a bump there. He's probably going to tell me to piss off in a minute, but that's where the crop sits. You can really see it on a baby bird, but it's essentially when they swallow food, they store it in the crop, and from the crop, then it goes through the rest of the digestive system. But Coco got one caught in her crop, and then when it went through, it was moving slowly, and the biggest worry was if something would get perforated. And they were waiting to see what would happen. The stick was not moving. They had a number of ultrasounds, and Coco was not doing well. So a lovely vet at Nightbird in Vancouver had to operate. Now, Nightbird in Vancouver has one of the best vets in Canada. Our friend Sandy from Parrot Trends, her macaw needed a bunch of extra special care, and she took him there. Like, that was actually the referral from our vet in Calgary, and we have some pretty good vets in Calgary, but Nightbird has probably the best vet in Canada. So really good spot, really good hands for Coco to be in. Coco was an absolute champ and really did well with the surgery. Has been recovering well, has had a number of really good poops, is beginning to eat a bit, has been on a lot of liquid feedings. When he started eating some solid food, he was regurgitating and throwing up, so they went back to liquid. But he's healing just like a champ. So really, really happy to see that because that's a really risky surgery. So I know the next thing somebody's probably going to say, because I saw this happen on our friend Barney's channel. Well, gee, you better never give the bird any wood to chew on. You know what? Chewing on wood is natural. The bird knows not to eat wood. And it's an absolute freak experience for a bird to actually ingest wood. Wood is perfectly safe. This one is, one in a million that the bird would actually try to swallow some wood. It's like, what do you think you're doing? It can happen, but it's definitely not a normal thing to happen. And Max can tell the difference between food and toys and wood, and I have a lot of confidence that he's not going to ingest something he shouldn't. Wood I consider to be a safe toy for him to play with. Now, if he's playing with something like, let's grab you one of these eggs. These eggs are fairly thin plastic. These ones I consider a supervised toy because they're a little bit fragile. You want to open it? Nope. But that's something he could easily break and possibly chew on and ingest. So I'm not going to let him play with that on his own. This kind of plastic, it's a lot harder. He can twiddle it, and it's actually a safer plastic for him. Just because it's not quite so thin, it's not likely to shatter. But I'm going to watch him with it for a while before I leave him alone with it. But a lot of toys outside the cage I consider to be supervised toys. Want to play with those again? Oh, big crest. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, folks, we lost the crest. That does happen sometimes. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Woo! Something like the toy piano. This is not something I'm going to let him play with on his own. It's a supervised toy. Because I know he can easily bite through it. And the back of the piano, you've got some scratch marks from his beak, but you've got a battery in here, a battery door. If he pulled that open, he could have a problem. There's also some metal screws. That means it's a toy he can play with under supervision where I can see what's going on. And, it's perfectly safe there. There's a lot of other toys that you will hang up in a cage and they're okay for the bird to play with unsupervised. That's actually a much bigger discussion. But things like wooden blocks, I'm not worried about at all. Like, Max is not going to eat them. He doesn't eat wood. He's always just shredded it and dropped it, and I think that it's pretty safe. So it's a little bit of a calculated thing, but chewing on wood is what helps keep his beak in check. And you can see, I was talking about his beak earlier, it's in really good shape right now. He did a bunch of chewing this week. But a lot of bird toys are made out of wood or they're made out of cardboard. So do we have a little bit of cardboard down here, huh? There we go. Want some cardboard to chew? Cardboard. Not really in the mood right now. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Not in the mood. How about a birdie bagel? Want to chew on that? You don't want to chew on it? It's a good chew. You chewed one up this week. Notice right now he's not really in the mood to play with Bagel. And that's okay. He is kind of tired. Were you up late, buddy? Did you have a big party last night? So let's see what else happened this week. Max had a huge scare this week. I was working upstairs in the office and he was in the cage minding his own business, and all of a sudden he started calling for me. And he has a couple of different calls. I mean, he's got his tantrum call, which very loud, but I have no problem ignoring. But he also has a help, there's an emergency call. And it's quite distinct. Every bird owner knows help, there's an emergency call. Every bird has one. And I just came running to see what was wrong, because that's the kind of call that's going to get me to appear. And he was just looking horrified at the corner of his cage. And I'm looking going, are you, because Tico's over there, Tico's cage is over there. There's a lot of stuff over there that's not cage. So I looked at his cage, everything looked fine. I was looking at Tico, who was looking at me just shrugging, going, I don't know what's going on. Looked at the floor, looked around. I was asking Max, well, what's wrong? Is it something over here? And Max is just looking at me like I've lost my nut. Like, I'm not understanding what's wrong. And it was clearly an emergency. So what had happened, little Goose had lost a crest feather. And the crest feather had fallen into his water bowl and was floating on his water bowl. His own crest feather. Well, apparently it must have fallen in when he was taking a drink, and it startled him, because he didn't hush. Like, I pulled it out of the water bowl to show him. Yeah, it was clearly what he was looking at. But now that water bowl was evil. So I had to take away the water bowl and the feather, dump the water bowl, brought it back. He went and had a drink, and he thanked me for saving him from the horrible, horrible feather. So then I brought back the feather to see what he would do. And he looked and went, yeah, that's a feather, that's fine. It was the same feather. You're just a goose. Yeah. So I think it just fell off and startled him. And he had no idea where the feather had materialized from. Yeah. Scared of your own shadow, buddy. My goodness. So do you want to play Pop? 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 Give it a pop. Yeah, made a soft pop sound. Isn't that fun? Oh, yeah. Purple pop. Blue. Oh, you're not really in the mood to play. That's okay. You just want to chill. What an exciting week. Okay, that's fine. I never know what he wants to play with. I mean, sometimes he's in the mood to play, sometimes not. Sometimes he wants to twiddle. Sometimes he wants to drop. It's a bird thing. You never know quite what he's in the mood for. All right. Oh, you got a feather that's sideways. You need a shower? Yeah. Yeah, you need a shower. What do you think? Oh, big blink, fluffing chops up. It's okay that he just wants to chill for a bit. I mean, it's okay. You can chill. You can be as calm as you want. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Barbara's hatchiversary. Happy hatchiversary, Barbara. Barbara, if you take a look, we actually have a special happy hatchiversary video on our channel under special events. Make sure you watch that. Oh my goodness. Special day. Oh. Let's see. Oh, Anna Marie, you're here. It's all good. Yeah, it's been a pretty chill day. Max is not super into anything right now. He just wants to chill, and that's fine. We trimmed a couple of toenails. We had some snacks. We played with some new games. Lots and lots of fun. Sue's asking for a Tico pop-up after. You know, maybe we'll try and do one. We might do a short one. Oh my goodness. Oh, Doris had to give up her feather baby temporarily. Oh no. Doris, hopefully you'll get your feather baby back again soon. Oh. Doris, you know, you found somebody who can take care of your feathered friend. It's all good. Oh my goodness, Barbara, $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. You were just getting spoiled today, Max. Yeah. It's Barbara's birthday, but she sent you a super chat. Yeah, look at that. What do you think, Max? Are you just chilling out? Max, would you like some pasta maybe? You want to celebrate with some pasta? See if I can get you some pasta. Maxwell, what's this? Is that a stick of pasta? You want that? All right, you go have some pasta. I know you're just tired and you're ready for a nap. That's okay. What are you doing? Are you getting caught? I'm going to show you something here. But what he just did with his foot. Notice he just put one toe around so he can sit on there without it rotating on him. So he just tucked that toe onto the other side so he can sit and it's not going to move. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, is that good? Yeah, crunch, crunch, crunch. Some crunchy pasta. Oh my goodness. What do you think, Max? Is that good? Oh my goodness, Max, so pretty. Yeah, that's a nice crunchy one. I'm actually gonna pop this back for a minute. Whoops. Got all of his toys on the little stand I used for this tripod. This is a really, really tall stand, so the tripod does not reach high enough, so I have to get a little bit creative. So I just set it on a little table I've made. Yeah, you want some? No. Oh yeah, some orange. You want the orange? That good orange? You want the orange? You sure? Do you want the apple maybe? You wanted the apple. Okay, time for a few more snacks. I know. So when Max eats an apple, Let's go for a close-up. So he's actually eating the apple without the peel. So he's peeling it. There's a little bit more waste with apple. But yeah, he's just decided it's snack time. Oh yeah, very dainty. Yep, that's gone. Did you want this now? Did you want another chunk of apple? More apple? Another apple. Would you like some cauliflower? No, just wanted one piece of apple. And I think he's holding out. He knows that all of the EGGIES are gone, but there might be more pasta. More pasta, bud? Is there one more sticky of pasta? Last one. Did you get it? Yeah, you got it. Okay. Go stand where it's stable. I don't understand why you insist on sitting on the little hoop holder for the cups. It can't be comfortable up there. Yeah. Oh, nice and crunchy. Nice and crunchy. Okay. We've actually got a really good look at the beak. Oh, I'll say boo, 449 pounds. When can we go outside again? I think it's going to be a few weeks yet. We're hearing probably June is when it's going to be safe for avian flu. What we're doing is we're watching our local zoo. The local zoo has all of their outdoor birds indoors without visitors, only essential staff. And the zoo does not do that lightly. So we're using that to follow. But a couple of blocks away from where we live, there's a pond. You've seen us walking out there before. That pond has had some die-off of waterfowl, some ducks. And the ducks out there, we've had sick ducks and dead ducks. And the most probable cause of that is avian flu, right, Max? So when it's that close to home, we are definitely being extra cautious. So Max got to go out winter in his hoodie, but now that spring's hitting, we're stuck indoors for a bit. But that's okay, right, Max? We're going to play some games. We're going to have some fun. We got some new toys. Yeah, Sue's right. Avian flu in Canada is quite bad. Well, you know, it really is a question of safety first. If we stay inside for a few weeks until, I think the worst of it's going to be over when the migrating birds finish migrating and the flocks stabilize. Because after migration, it's just your local flock. Avian flu is very deadly, and when a bird catches it, any birds that it hangs out with catch it very quickly as well. So when migration is over, we're probably going to have it settle out. We've had Alberta, I think, has been hit the worst of the western provinces, Sue. We've had an appalling number of chickens put down, and as soon as they have it in one part of a flock, they put down the entire flock. So yeah, we want to protect us, right? I know, Max, I know. So that means no meetups, no walkies outside until it's safe again. But, you know, it's not going to be forever. You know, avian flu, we've seen patterns of avian flu. It's not the first year that we've had it, but this particular one is really nasty. So, you know, it's I think, you know, just err a little bit on the side of caution when I know that it's in my local area. Right, Max? But we're going to play lots of new games, Max. I know. You know, one thing Max and myself had talked about is he thought he'd like to learn skateboarding this year. We might have to learn it indoors. What do you think? You learn to skateboard indoors? We could do that. Oh, what do you think? Oh, under fluffies. It's an under fluffy shot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, under fluffies. Linda, yes, it can affect eggs, but the food eggs are coming from flocks that are enclosed. Like if you're eating eggs, you're going to cook them well. I'm going to do things like, you know, I used to give Max some eggshell, and it's good calcium, good source of calcium, fun to crunch. Not doing that with avian flu. So we're just being a little bit cautious. And I think that's the right thing to do, right, Max? So, oh my goodness, Max, you've been spoiled this week. Auntie AV sent you a whole bunch of treats and all of your new toys. Yeah. You sent us some treats too. Yeah, we're spoiled. All the super chats today. I mean, oh my goodness, it's just amazing. Yeah. But I did have a few flockers asking for a pop-up with Tico. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say buck buck, and we will get it organized with Tico over here, and then we'll restart. So we'll just do a quick pop-up with Tico. Thank you again, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe and healthy. Max, can we get a buck buck? No, we can get a fluff and chops up. All right. Thanks, everybody.